this review, we're going to take a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Retro Card Recondo. First thoughts, looks amazing. I can see quite a bit of detail on this figure and his accessories, and I'm looking forward to taking it out of the package. Artwork looks good. You can see his backpack, his blade to get through the forest, a nice little long rifle, pistol. Looks really cool. Card looks awesome. Back of the card, file card, other figures in the wave. Not bad. Let's get them open, take a look at them. So here is Recondo outside of the packaging, and it is another good looking figure from Hasbro. I mean, the classified line again is just killing it. They do really good figures. And I mean, this is him with all of his accessories, which is pretty cool. You get his backpack with his knapsack on there. I'm glad that they did, put a little bit of brown on there. You could put a little bit more detail. I mean, it's got a little bit of details in there, like printing on there. But I mean, you got a canteen here that's just plain. You got little buckles. I know that would have cost a little bit extra, but they're there. Some good detail in there that just goes missing because don't have the paint to bring it out. You got his little pistol that has a little port on the end so that you can port in some blast effects. You have his long rifle. Looks like a little, I don't know. Let's see if we pull that out. Yep, mag comes out. I love that they got these little wraps around there. That's pretty cool. Awesome detail in there. This is just a little flimsy. I wish it was like a harder plastic. That's one thing that you definitely hear a lot about the classified line is these being a little more sturdy. But it does have the hole right there at the end so that you can put a blast effect in there also. And got his little machete looking blade so they can get through the woods. The hat looks good. It's got the little brown wrap going around there. Just a little bit of detail to help bring it out. Got that side folded up. It looks really good. And it comes with that plain stand. Now we got Recondo here that we will take a better look at. So Recondo is a really good looking figure. I went ahead and put his pistol in his holster and his little machete into his little sheath there. Nice mustache. The hair sculpt looks good. Good face sculpt. I like the colors they used for him. The sleeves on him rolled up. They're not free floating. They're actually part of the sculpt, which is really cool. I like the little stripes on his pants. Boots got a little bit of paint on there. Got his emblem. Looks good. Now I will definitely be having his hat on him because what is Recondo without his? Pretty cool looking hat. It's pretty loose on him. I might have to do something. Kind of get it to stay on there a little better. It's not terrible. All right, articulation wise, he looks down, not too far up. I think that's not a hinge. I wish they all came with hinges. Just a barbell. You can get a lot more range out of it. Head doesn't really go side to side too much, so not too much for posing. That personality. Got T-pose. Not terrible. Bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows. Got a nice little wash there with a little bit of silver detail on there. Wrist peg with hinges. These are vertical. Cool. This one also is. Ab crunch. Ball waist. And this belt actually is free floating, which is pretty nice, so it doesn't hinder the articulation. You can twist it with it, or it sits pretty well. Either way, it looks good. There's your hip, goes forward. Of course, they're all chopped down legs. Doesn't go back. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees. Like that. Boot cut. And I could tell that these have the ball and pivot and a hinge in there, but I can't get it to go because they are pretty stiff. I'm not going to force it. I kind of warm it up to break that free. And he's got that lower ball for the neck, but it's not really doing anything for him. So overall, a pretty cool looking figure. I didn't get the Tiger Force version. I don't like a lot of Tiger Force figures. The paint scheme is just not really for me. We got his sheath and everything, just slides over. It holds pretty good, pretty tight. But yeah, Tiger Force isn't really for me. I'll be really selective on those. His Tiger Force version was definitely not for me. I just don't like the paint scheme that much, you know? I like Python Patrol, but not so much Tiger Force. Get his rifle into his hand. And that's one thing I did notice about this figure. Not until I got it out of the package, it didn't really hit me. That he does not come with any extra hands or another head. I was a little disappointed in that. I would have loved to have different hands for expression uses, that sort of thing. So I don't know how I feel about that. At least the hands. Like, I feel like we've gotten to that point. And then to have like neither one of them, like another head sculpt or other hands, slightly disappointing. But he still does look good. They give you everything you need, but yeah, open palms or anything like that. The grasping hands, that's always cool. You can kind of see the gun is a little warped here in his hand. This flex is really easy. But I still like it. This one looks really good. Definitely my preferred Recondo look. I didn't expect them to do a Tiger Force version of him first. That always kind of blows my mind when they do that. He'd probably stay on better if I had these ankles heated up so I can really get him to lean into it. So that's my bad than anything. But yeah, those alternate colors before the normal version, I'm pretty sure we all know that if you see an alternate version, Night Force, Tiger Force, anything like that before the regular version, we're expecting to see this guy in the retro line. Or any figure in the retro line. And that's more of what, probably more of what I'll be looking forward to is the retro colors. But he's a good looking figure. Definitely looks good. Will look great on the shelf. So then we'll get some other figures out here for your size comparison. So here's Recondo next to two of my favorite Joes. The larger body Sergeant Slaughter, and from the same wave in the retro card, Duke. I think him and Duke are pretty close in size. You can see the different body types there. Recondo uses that ab crunch versus Duke has the diaphragm cut. They both work, and I think Recondo might slightly be a little bit taller than him, but definitely not as big as Slaughter. Here is Recondo next to Outback and Stalker, who I would consider other outdoorsy survivalists. And I think Recondo is just a tiny bit shorter than those two. Not by much, just very little. but it's really cool to see the different body types that they have and that not everything is the exact same. Looks really good together. And for different figure lines, this is Recondo next to the Mezco 112 Christopher Reeve Superman and the Marvel Legends Cable from the Zabu wave. And of course, Cable's on a larger body, and Mezco scale's a little bit larger. So yeah, they're a little bit larger than Recondo. So overall, Recondo looks good. It's just a good looking figure. Got a lot of detail in there that I really like. I like his rifle. I like the little wraps around it. Looks really cool. But I don't like that it's flimsy. It's pretty easily bendable. I like his hat. It's got the little details in there. I like the face sculpt. I don't like that you don't get another head sculpt. More or less, I don't like it more because you don't get extra hands. Like one or the other. I think at least it could have came with some extra hands. I like that they didn't put hair in his hat and then try to do the hair swap thing. I don't like that. I don't really care for that. That is not my thing. There's always gaps or falling off or losing pieces, that sort of thing. And I just don't want to deal with that. So if I did get a head sculpt, I would have liked to have a complete one. Then the hat can just swap between. I think that's awesome. But we didn't get that. And we didn't get hands. I really would have liked some extra hands. Still, that's probably like my only complaint. Because everything else looks good. The sculpt looks good. I like the rolled up sleeves. You got the detail in there. You got the different patterns, the textures in the pants, his shirt, his knapsack, his backpack has different textures all through there. And I like that they put the brown on there instead of just leaving it solid green. Actually put a little bit of paint in there. Overall, it's just a really good looking Recondo figure. They pretty much nailed it. I was waiting for this one. Again, I didn't get the Tiger Force one. Tiger Force isn't my thing. But this one right here was definitely the version that I was waiting for. And it's gonna look good on my shelf. I mean, looks really good. So that's gonna be it for this review. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.